The monastic martyr Philothea was born in Athens in 1522. Her parents, Seriga and Angelos Venizelos, were renowned not only for being eminent and rich, but also deeply devout. Often the kind-hearted Seriga had implored the most holy Theotokos for a child. Her fervent prayers were heard, and a daughter was born to the couple. They named her Revula. Her parents raised their daughter in deep piety and right belief, and when she was 12 years old, they gave her away in marriage. Her husband turned out to be an impious and crude man who often beat and tormented his wife. Revula patiently endured the abuse, and she prayed to God that he might bring her husband to his senses. After 3 years, Revula's husband died, and she began to labor in fasting, vigil, and prayer. The saint founded a woman's monastery in the name of the Apostle Andrew, the first called. When the monastery was completed, the saint was the first to accept monastic tonsure, with the name Philothea. During this time, Greece was suffering under the Turkish yoke, and many Athenians had been turned into slaves by their Turkish conquerors. Saint Philothea utilized all her means to free her fellow countrywomen, ransoming many from servitude. Once, 4 women ran away from their Turkish masters, who demanded that they renounce their Christianity, and they took refuge in the monastery of Saint Philothea. The Turks, having learned where the Greek women had gone, burst into the saint's cell and beat her. They took her to the governor, who threw the holy ascetic into prison. In the morning a mob of Turks had gathered, and they led her out of the prison. The governor said that if she did not renounce Christ, she would be hacked to pieces. Just when Saint Philothea was ready to accept a martyr's crown, a crowd of Christians assembled by the grace of God. They pacified the judges and freed the holy ascetic. Returning to her monastery, Saint Philothea continued with her efforts of abstinence, prayer, and vigil, for which she was granted the gift of wonder-working. In Patasia, an Athens suburb, she founded a new monastery where she struggled in asceticism with her sisters. During the vigil for Saint Dionysius the Areopagite, the Turks seized Saint Philothea and tortured her. Finally, they threw her down on the ground half dead. The sisters tearfully brought the holy martyr, flowing with blood, to Kalogriza, where she died on February 19, 1589. Shortly thereafter, the relics of the holy monastic martyr Philothea were brought to the Athens Cathedral Church.